You are number 666.
So my name is Michale Graves. I'm a musician. I'm 2 weeks shy of completing an 80-plus American city tour with my band that's called Michale Graves. It's called the Beginning of the End Tour, and my claim to fame is that I got my career started in a band called the Misfits. I've got into music because it was always being played in my house. My mother always had some sort of, a radio on or a record on. I got exposed to rock and roll from my uncle, my mom's brother, and my older brother. I remember listening to old Rolling Stones albums and old Van Halen, and so it was introduced to me that way. I naturally came into it. I fell in love with music. Anytime I listened to music, I had a reaction to it internally. I felt it inside, and as I got older, that monkey on my back, if you will, the need to communicate through music became even more and more. And I don't know. I naturally gravitated towards wanting to sing. I remember I found a guitar, an old acoustic guitar in my uncle's closet when I was about 11 years old, and I just started strumming it. My mom saw that I had, taken to it and got me some strings and bought me a little book on how to play a guitar, and I just naturally progressed through. I came from a small town in northeastern New Jersey. There were some bands that were playing in and around my town. I don't know. I just always had my own trajectory. I never, of course, I wanted to aspire to become, like the bands that everybody wants to. You see the Doors, you see the Ramones, you see all the famous people. I wanted to, when I was growing up in the 80s, the big bands were Bon Jovi and Def Leppard, and Danzig was real big, and the Police, and, it was like that. So of course, when I was young, I had these big rock star dreams. When Worlds Collide is one of the albums that's been released that I'm promoting on this tour. I put that together with Hydraulic Entertainment. Chuck Trace, who is a prolific skateboarder and incredible musician, plays drums on that album. It's a melding of pure rock and roll with a punk rock ethos, and the songs are melded around old science fiction movies and horror themes. It's a really well-rounded album, all rock and roll. Album sales are flatlined. Nobody sells records like they do anymore, and of course it's from all the technologies, Spotify and all of these ways to stream music, or just go on YouTube and listen to it for free. If you want music, you can get it. You're going to get it. So yeah, that's changed the business a lot. That's changed the dynamic up to where now you can't rely on that. Especially for somebody like me, you can't rely on that as your sole source of income or your sole source of capital for other projects. So you have to become a different artist, a different sort of business person as well, and look to different aspects of the industry and your art and your craft to be able to extract money from the business. It's totally different now. Well, this is the start of a world tour for the Michale Graves Band. We have a little bit of a break after this, and then we go to Europe for the first leg of the European tour. I come back. I'm going to tour America. I'm going to do some acoustic stuff. We're going to come back from that and finish up in Europe. That'll be the second leg of Europe. Along the way, I'm producing a documentary about the Beginning of the End tour. I'm writing a feature-length film that I should get to work on sometime in 2018, 2019. I'm working on music videos and I'm working on writing a book and working with other bands and really getting into video. And I'm a father too, so I have to find time for my children. And everything else that I want to do. Well, I grew up in a family that was, a lot of military people and law enforcement as well. So, firearms were a natural thing to me. I remember at a young age, my father going hunting and, people that I know and it's just a part of I mean, how important is it to me? I have so much going on with my career that I unfortunately don't. I just hear about other people hunting, and I live vicariously through them. Hopefully that will change someday, because I do enjoy my time in the woods. I like to shoot long range. I really enjoy, shooting long range targets. So, I mean, I don't necessarily have a preference. I'm a man, so I love shooting anything that's big. Shoot 308 or 30-06, and that's excellent. But I enjoy shooting and firearms, by the skill of it, and like I said, I love shooting long range. Do I have a theory on chemtrails? I definitely subscribe to the thought, that the process that something is being manipulated. I mean, obviously, there's hard evidence that it's barium salts and all this other terrible things. The question is why? Why is it in the sky, and why is it being deployed the way that it is? I don't have those answers. I know that it's not natural to the environment, and I know that the consequences of what they're doing are mostly negative. So I don't know why. As far as 9/11, the official 9/11 narrative is clearly not true, and clearly something else happened. But at the baseline, the official narrative of 9/11 is not the truth. I don't know about conspiracy theories, but what's been being discussed, especially at the beginning of the tour, was something called. Then I don't completely understand it. It was something that was brought to me called the Mandela effect, and we're riffing on time space continuum and what reality is, and the melding of artificial intelligence and technology into our physical world, and how understanding 4 dimensions of time and space, and the manipulation of of those things, and the effect that it has on everybody was too much to handle at the beginning of the tour. So the Mandela effect, and it's what these guys are telling me. The first thing I ever remember buying was Hall & Oates H2O. It was a cassette. What have I bought recently? Didn't buy anything recently. Oh, more than once. I bought Slow, Deep, and Hard from Typo Negative more than once, definitely. I bought Ugly from Life of Agony more than once, definitely. Yeah. Yes, I'm one of those people that would fall into the category of being deplorable. I guess somebody that I'm proud of who I am. I'm proud of my faith. I'm secure in my faith. I'm secure in the things that I believe. I'm secure and proud of how I live my life, and yeah, I'm proud to be me. I've been using iHeartRadio and Sirius XM, but I've been using iHeartRadio actually to stream and get my music. I still buy CDs. Where I live up in the country, there's a flea market every Sunday, and I go there and I look for records and CDs. And when I come across a band that I like, and if I don't have the CD, even if I'm not going to listen to it, I buy it. It's my generation. My top 5 books. The Holy Bible, of Mice and Men, The Outsiders, Lord of the Rings, and Charlotte's Web. 5 albums? Oh, man, 5 albums. Pyromania from Def Leppard, Bloody Kisses from Typo Negative, U2's Joshua Tree, Megadeth Endgame and Lamb of God Requiem. I spend very little time on social media. When I'm on social media, it's just me overseeing what's happening on the Michale Graves sites. So maybe a total of maybe an hour a day just looking. I like Instagram. I like that platform. I could live without all of them. If they were all gone tomorrow, I'd be totally fine with it. Rock and roll to me means liberation, and freedom. I truly have found everything that I know has come through music and come through what's called rock and roll. And so rock and roll to me is that door that I've been able to open that has shown me all of the things that I need to be shown for me personally. Yeah, it's a doorway. It's freedom.
You are number 666.